What's up, friends? Welcome back to the Roam With Us podcast. My name is J.R. McDonald. I'm the co-founder of Roam Creative, and we're having creative conversations. Today on the podcast, we have Chris Ronak, a member of the Roam team, and
Right.
Cody Baker, another member of the Roam team. What's going down, boys?
Not much. Just feeling silly.
I love it. We're going to talk through the origin story. So how you got introduced to Roam Creative.
Okay.
We're going to talk through creative process. We're going to talk about a lot of things, and we're going to do it all in 25 minutes.
Okay.
Sweet.
And go. The origin story. How did you hear about Roam Creative?
Okay. So, I mean, actually, Rome kind of brought me in. This is have I told you this before?
No.
Dude, this is the craziest thing. I actually, I was a just lonely little real estate videographer living in Cochrane, Alberta.
Cute.
I'd been doing it for like a year and a half, maybe 2 years. And I searched up, cause I was like, there's gotta be someone else doing this in Calgary. Cause there's just no one else. Like I was just like, honestly, it was just like working and then that was it. And so, I searched up, hashtag Calgary photographer, and a Roam Creative post came up.
No way.
Yeah.
Do you remember which post it was?
No, I don't. And then
I guess hashtags do work.
dude, I know. I was like,
Not
I
anymore.
don't believe I've never used.
All that copy and pasting for nothing.
I know. Well, I mean, for you know.
So how do you get involved in the creative game alone, solo? You don't know anyone
Dude,
that does this?
I mean, it's hard. Like I was like it's hard to meet people when all you're doing is like real estate videos and YouTube videos. Like that was just like my whole life. And so I had like 2 friends and like just made real estate videos.
What were the YouTube videos you were doing?
Like I was doing vlogs still. I was on my vlog grind, and that's when it was doing pretty well. And then
How old were you? Because you're 21. You just turned 21.
I was
Great
like
context for anyone's listening.
I was like 17 or 18.
Good
when I
God.
was like
So like last year.
just yeah, pretty much. But I was just grinding those out. But then I found the hashtag, and I don't know. I think you guys took it out recently, but it had all of your usernames in the bio,
Cool.
and I went and followed all of you. And then the way that I actually got involved in the community, because I was just like creeping. I was just a
peeking from afar.
solitary little and then the way that I actually found you guys was Jacob posted the Canon road trip on his story, and I was staying at my sister's place, which was like 5-minute walk from where they set up. And I was like, I almost didn't go, but then I was like, because I'm not a Canon guy. But then I was like, you know what, why not?
He
And
would
then
be a
I
Canon
went.
guy if Canon wanted to pay him.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I would
Let me
be.
just put that in there.
100%.
It's
Well,
like
we
not
do
a
love
Canon guy.
Canon.
I'm like, well.
Canon's great, but I was a diehard Sony fanboy. I was one of those for a while. But yeah, so I walked over, and then I met Jacob, and he just like introduced me to like a whole bunch of people, and then it just like exploded, and I was like, there actually is a community in Calgary. It's crazy. It's huge.
Dude, I love that. Cody, your story's somewhat similar. We'll get into that on your episode as well. But it's cool because I feel like it takes a lot of bravery to do that. To roll up to some type of meetup just fully,
100%.
just dead ass
I almost
alone.
didn't do it. I'm such like scared of that
You
stuff.
pumping yourself up in the air? Are you like just shooting from the hip? Just
I
like,
was like,
hey, nice to meet you. Nice to meet
I
you.
like brought my Sony in my bag just in case. Just felt a little,
I'm cool.
just a little confidence boost. Yeah, like I'm.
You needed that peak design clip so you could
Yeah,
walk
have it
right
like
here and just be
showing.
like,
Yeah, what's up,
else?
guys?
What's up, guys? Sony guy. Weird
Sony
flex,
guy
but
here.
okay.
you're Canon? Nah.
So what is your favorite thing to shoot?
Me?
Yeah.
Man, that's tough. I don't know. My own projects, the like stupid stuff I make up in my head.
I want to say, okay, so from an outsider's perspective, I love your energy.
Thanks, bro.
I love watching you work. I love working with you.
Thanks, bro.
Because
You
we
too.
disagree on light a lot.
Yeah, that's fair.
But your creative process, you literally, like it's a straight, like we used to joke around and call it polished turd productions. But like you can take nothing and make it into something. And I'm not like encouraging people to do that. It's a terrible idea.
No, I mean, yeah, so go ahead.
But just the ability for you to walk into any space and be creative. So when I watch your own personal videos, which people can find on your YouTube channel and
That's right.
Instagram and site and stuff, they're just fun to watch because
man.
you know that's just straight, pure, like vibrant energy, creativity, and it's different from the day to day when you like if you're working on edits or whatever it is. And
100%.
there's a big difference there.
I do that a lot too. Like sometimes I'll literally just like start and then like figure it out in post or figure it out throughout shooting. And I think that's like super, super important for anyone is to just like, at the end of the day, it's like if you're like the best thing to do is just try something. It doesn't have to be, the whole like momentum thing. It's like starting a train is a lot harder than directing it.
Totally.
You know what I'm saying?
And how long have you been conducting trains for?
That's a very bad pull on that analogy. But like, even if you just take steps, not even in the right direction, like just taking steps is like, okay, well, at least I have the camera out, and at least like it's looking at my room, and I can go be in my room, and then something will happen maybe.
So after a day or a week of like editing every day, working in post-production, spending a lot of time on the screen, what makes you want to pick up the camera then? Because a lot of people just get burned by it, you know? They're tired.
Dude, honestly, I really like it. I don't know. It's because sometimes I don't. Like, sometimes I'm just like, I do want to just play Stardew Valley for like 5 hours straight, which
dude, it's one of the, it's like, it's easy to do, easy not to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get home and you're like, I'm literally just going to burn my eyeballs out in a TikTok black hole.
I don't know. I guess it just comes down to like what you actually want to make, what you want your legacy to be too. That's a lot of in the back of my head. I'm like, I want to actually make something that like I love, and I'm like, it's my own project I'm proud of.
So is legacy like day to day on your mind?
Yeah, I'd say so.
That's crazy.
I mean, like, yeah, just like thinking about like,
I feel like my like day to day behind the scenes, like my subconscious is like, do not order chicken tenders.
Yeah. I mean,
do not order chicken tenders
you don't order as
on
many
Uber
chicken
Eats.
tenders as me,
do
though.
not order chicken tenders on Skip the Dishes. You piece of garbage.
See,
but like, you're like sitting there thinking about your legacy.
I mean, like, yeah, it's always in the back of my mind, but it's like, you know, you also order way less chicken tenders than me. You're also shredded. This is a chicken tenders body.
We love a good chicken tenders body. Strips.
He's
Strip
thinking about
body.
Skip just as much as the legacy.
Oh, 100%, dude. Yeah, it's on there. Like, I'm not trying to say I'm like this, like.
So you guys
constant
live together.
grind.
Yeah.
Chris and Cody live together. Okay.
Yeah.
What's that dynamic like?
Dude, it's great.
It's great.
It's honestly, it's like the best.
You both just looked at each other for approval as you said it's great.
It's good.
It's great.
Yeah, you like it? Okay, cool. It's been like
Say you
2
like
years.
No, we definitely, I mean, we both live our own separate lives.
Yeah.
And obviously we work together, we work out together, we do a lot of stuff together.
It's like,
but like,
yeah.
it's the, Chris and I like are very different people, especially when it comes to like creatively, which we'll touch on at some point. But I can just go off into my room, read, watch something, like watch sports or do something, and like he'll just start, you know, I'll walk out and there'll be a tripod in the bathroom. You know, it's
Why is there a tripod? Let's unpack that a little
it's
bit.
It's a cool scene. Okay.
we can't unpack
Hey,
it
I don't
yet.
discriminate on what you shoot, but I'm just saying if you're making money behind the scenes that we don't know about, like,
It's like 10 p.m. And I'm like, Cody, I just need you for like 2 shots, please. He's like, dude, I want to go to bed. I think I unplugged your thing. Sorry. And he did it. Great roommate.
It works.
Like
did what? I still have there's no context. What do you mean I'll see? I will not see. I do not subscribe.
I guess what it works because like, you know, the way his brain works is just so.
like, I don't control when this
expressive in a way.
hits. Okay, this isn't up to me.
And the
Dude,
way
I get it.
I am after living with like 20 different people over
Dude.
the last 9 years. My patience
Just
is
so
at an all-time
patient,
high. So at 10 p.m. when his brain gets going and he wants to shoot something, I'll do it.
He's like, fine, I'll go wash my hands 10 times.
Okay, what's your best Chris creative story or funny story from the?
I mean, right now it would probably be that. The other one is the time that we attempted to do product photography together.
Oh, yeah. Dude.
Do
tell.
Well, we thought about like getting into product photography, you know, like in studio type stuff when we were living at our office in Marta Loop. And Chris was pretty gung ho about it. So was I.
Yeah, dude.
I was like finding the brands, I guess you could say. And Chris was more of the like, here's what we're going to do and how we're going to shoot it.
It was also like, I remember coming up to him and it was like, okay, because we were also pretty broke. So it's like, we were like, if we can start, like, okay. So the idea was, I was like, let's get 2 brands every month, pay us $2,500 each. That's $5K a month. That's perfect. And it's like, that's hard. That's really hard to do. And we were like, we just need a portfolio. So we were going to make like 5 indoor product videos. And then
For anybody that's listening, we got the boys charging a lot more than that these days. They're doing fine.
Yeah, but like this is like broke Chris and Cody. We were like, we need something. But like, so we tried to make the first one. And it was just like the least authentic thing.
What was
like,
it?
It was like a coffee video. We made it for Folgers.
No,
not instant coffee. No, it was like Folgers brand,
Yeah.
but they were like actual coffee beans.
They've never seen
And
it.
we like, yeah, they haven't seen
Like,
it.
does Folgers even have?
We didn't
actual
send
coffee
it. No,
beans?
they do.
They do.
Or they just have like that soil that they use as instant
No.
coffee.
They do have that.
It
but
actually
they-
works great for your succulents as well because you just
Really?
pour water and it just
I
sucks
don't
it
know
up.
if that's
Try it.
I don't know what kind of succulents you're buying, bro.
Just the biggest cactuses.
Okay, but we tried to make this
Cacti.
video, and it was just like every step of the way, we were just like, because the whole thing was motivated by money, and like when it's that, it just doesn't work at all.
Yeah, totally.
And like, I mean, for me, I can't force myself to. It's just like, and like every step of the way, it was just like painful. And then finally, we were like, you know what, man, we had the video, and it was just like.
So what did you
just
set
not
up?
that
What was in the
Dude, we
content?
set up the whole. We got like black poster, but we got a bunch of different poster boards, and we got this table, and we had like a little tray to catch all the beans falling because you got to do the
Black poster board loosely translates to neg.
No,
fill.
I'm saying, but like background, we had like a nice like blue background and
Yeah.
stuff, and like
the weakest light you could buy.
totally, and we had like a green screen, a wrinkly green screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had like the Amazon lights you can buy that just like you can just go buy bulbs for them, so they're like not a light, like you just shouldn't.
I live for it.
Yeah, and then we were just trying to do it and just like brute forcing it, and it just we were like, why don't we just go shoot this outside or like somewhere that actually is inspiring, or you know?
But it
I
was
love that you were
important.
doing the damn thing though.
It was. I think it was
tried.
really important because, like we said, we were broke.
Yeah,
And
so we were trying.
at the time, and it's great to try things, but also to try
Except
things.
drugs. Don't try that, kids.
But to try things and like realize, I think as a small creator and coming up, like you don't need to do everything.
Yeah,
because you
if
see
you're
all these like,
inspired by
people
it.
doing various different ways of
Totally.
like making money creatively and doing that, and you want to dive into all of those things. And like I said, super important lesson to learn, but I think we both know it's not for us.
It's just
'Cause,
like not.
You know, there's no heart in it. We know people that do it and they
Oh my
enjoy doing
god,
it and
yeah,
they do it really
dude.
well.
When Danielle dropped her stuff, I was like, oh my god.
There's some amazing,
so
even
much
locally.
better.
Tyrion Green's another guy. I've known Tyrion. We'll get him on the podcast. Tyrion, we got to get you on the podcast. But I've known Tyrion for years. He was a drummer. I was a drummer. We played music together back in the day. And he's doing the most incredible product photography right now. Like it's like literally like chicken strips and ice cream and shoes and this. I mean, the amount of love and effort that guy puts into every single frame is unfathomable.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
You just
You
got to
know?
be able to keep going at it. And it's like for that type of stuff, I just can't. I'm just like,
I just like when I'm shooting, I need to be, or I want to be shooting something that I can make fart noises and it laughs.
Totally, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a family
chicken
or
strips can't
something.
do that.
They can't.
Speaking of chicken, dude.
They can't. You know, I can do it and I can find joy in the process, but it's like, I'm not motivated to get up and shoot that specific product or
Gotta make
whatever
fart
it is. It's a big difference too. I think when you go from working with natural light, which a lot of creatives start with, to controlled variables, it's like that changes the game. In your mind, you're like, oh, I can control everything. That's going to be so much easier. No, it's not.
No.
Until you learn the process.
Turns out you don't know anything.
Yeah. It's like, oh, where's the
Just,
sun?
Me, like,
Yeah,
like
you. I mean,
last year.
99% of the time, you're like, let's just move it closer to the window.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and then that looks banging. Cool. Just fuse that bad girl and good to go.
I like bought a light last year, and I was just like, or last year, 2
2
I don't know,
years
something
ago.
like that. Yeah, and I just remember being like, I have a light now. Like
Yeah.
I know what's up. I'm DOP, and then it's like, you just don't know anything.
Just doing the damn thing.
Yeah.
But you know, it's good to start somewhere. Gotta start somewhere.
100%. And it's like the idea that you're just doing it. That's the biggest thing. It's like, maybe that's not your jam, doing product stuff or whatever it is that you're trying to do. But the fact that you went out and did it, you went out ahead of time, even though you were money motivated at that point, it wasn't like, hey, I'm gonna try and find somebody to fund this and then I'm gonna experiment with it. You're not experimenting or gambling with somebody else's budget, which I think is think is great.
It gets a little dodgy.
Totally.
I will say that, like, in the day of the vlogs, like how you were talking about, like walking up to something and like being able to make something from literally nothing. Like, I think that was like my main area of development when it comes to like being able to find some kind of story, because it's like forcing yourself to daily vlog every day in high school in the most boring town in Alberta is like you just have to make something, and like
So
they're not
give
good.
people the rundown. So you did, how many vlogs did you do total?
Oh, I don't know. I probably like hundreds. Like I was like,
Hundreds.
I mean, maybe like 100, something like that. A lot.
That's amazing.
was a
And so,
lot.
and you did it every single day.
I did like a couple periods of like a couple weeks of like.
And what was the drive behind that? Why'd you do that?
Casey Neistat.
Really?
Casey was like a big thing, and then that was just so inspiring. I mean, like, I wouldn't have a career without Casey Neistat for sure.
Yeah.
But it was also just like, I don't know. I just fell in love with it really fast, and then I was like, okay, well, this is clearly like school is
Fell in
out of
love
high
with
school.
it being Casey Neistat?
Yeah.
Or
Fell in
it
love with
being
Casey Neistat, 100%. Dude,
Casey Neistat, if you're watching this.
Dude, I don't even. I've thought
I love
about
you
what
so
I
much.
would
I love
do
you, sugar.
if I ever met him, and I still don't know.
Dude, I would probably
I'd
start with
panic.
like,
I think I'd panic.
you could do like a hi.
That's the
start with
thing, though. It's
hello.
like I couldn't, because it's like, okay,
Hey.
I can't convey how much of an impact he's had on me in like, because I know also like he gets that so often. Dude, it's my
So
whole thing.
what does
Here's
Casey Neistat mean to you?
Dude, I mean, like, it was just I like later on, I've kind of realized that like the mindset and the overall like his whole work ethic is like very toxic. Like the whole thing is like that whole like work culture and like
Hustle.
almost like sexualizing hustle culture. Like it's like, you know, it was like a whole thing, daily vlogs. And then like later on, it's like, okay, well, like slowing down and having balance is a lot more important. But I was just huge. Like his whole philosophy, his whole mindset was just like, I mean, as a 17-year-old kid hearing that, it's just like mind blown.
What is his philosophy? What is his mindset?
I mean, I don't know. You got like, Cody, what do you think? Help me out here. That's tough to.
Honestly, I mean, to his credit, it's changed over the years. Like,
True.
when we both around the same time,
Yeah, 'cause
started
Cody's a
watching it,
similar-
like, I mean, he's the reason I got into it too.
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know that.
Obviously,
100%.
we were like different ages and different stages of our lives.
Mm-hmm.
He was in high school. I was in college.
He was in high school. You were hanging out in high schools.
Yeah. But he like started out with that sort of like hustle grind culture, vlog every day. And it's like sort of the best way to grow.
Yeah, a lot of
and he's
self-improvement.
developed over the years like himself to recognize, I find that like that was not good.
Yeah, like he realized it like tore his family apart
Yeah.
and stuff. And then
But at the time,
Ooh.
it was like it was sort of like his idea was like go in every day to his studio
Yeah.
and make something.
yeah,
Yeah.
kinda,
And if he does that, he'll be a better filmmaker. He'll be a better creator.
Pretty
he'll
much.
Be like that's all he wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he did it. But as
And so
he's
is he
talked about-
making films? Is he working
he's
in
still
the
doing
film
it, yeah.
industry?
Well, he came back. He had a little couple-year hiatus, which was dark times, but
Yeah.
It's so interesting. Like I feel like you see a lot of people go through that process.
Yeah. Oh,
I've
100%,
seen it myself too, where it's like
it's
when it's your baby, if it's your business, if you're an entrepreneur, you're creative or whatever, it's so easy to go all in 100%. And
Totally.
and still, like I would say that Rome Creative, for me personally, like is a strong part of my identity.
Yeah,
I identify
100%.
as being a part of the Rome Creative team. And that was unintentional. I love what we do. I love the people that we do it with. And so for me, it's not difficult to go in every single day
Right.
and do something.
but still maintaining balance though. Like that's
Totally.
so important. And
and
it's like,
that's something we've learned over the years.
also it's like you can't create on a higher level if you don't have balance. Like you have to have a good foundation. Like
Right.
That's like I definitely learned that. the
What
hard
is
way.
balance for you? Like, what does that look like?
I guess not doing daily vlogs, like just like taking my time to make stuff, quality over quantity. That's been like a tough one. Not caring about socials personally. That's like a big one for me. 'Cause it's like everything changed when I stopped creating for YouTube and Instagram. 'Cause
Let's
it's just
talk
like-
about that for a second.
Yeah.
What changed?
Dude, I mean, everything. The motive behind creating. I've always wanted to create like just for the creation, but it was 50-50, like, and like paying full attention and having full clarity as to what you're making and why you're making it is like, it's just different projects. In my opinion, I think they're better.
I totally agree. I mean, social is so interesting, especially
Yeah.
with the way TikTok came up too. It's like you get hit with this absolute super soaker of dopamine.
Yeah.
You know what
Oh
I mean?
my
It's
God.
like,
Yeah, it's
it's
insane.
like just this crazy rush
Totally.
that nobody wants to admit it. Nobody like sits there and is like, yeah, I want a dopamine hit. You know,
Yeah.
it's like,
No, it's
that's
insane.
for sure what you're doing. And I found, for me personally, like little things, like when I'm waiting for the elevator at my condo, you know, I used to your phone comes out.
Yeah.
It's like, why?
Yeah.
You know, there's no time to sit there and find boredom to get into that like
Totally. And that's
default brain network.
Literally essential for creativity. Like it's like,
You know, think about when
need
you're
it.
sitting at a beach, you're sitting at that, like I would think about, I would say ocean or mountains. You know, when you're at the top of a mountain and you're just kind of, your brain just kind of clicks into this like nothingness
Yeah.
mode, right? Where you're just existing, even if it's for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, but it's such a massive recharge. We actually go into that same mode when we're in REM sleep. And so it's something you can do as like little daydreaming. That's
cool.
daydreaming. That's why it's called that. you know, there's definitely no science behind that statement. I'm mansplaining, but you know, it's this idea, and I feel like we distract ourselves so easily.
And that's so, because that's how you make stuff. It's like you be bored and you have to like try at it and just like bang at it until it turns into a thing.
Totally.
You know? Yeah, that's.
And so how do you feel about, you know, being in the realm of like, hey, social does matter.
It does matter, yeah.
Everyone would like to say it doesn't. I think I've said on this podcast, it doesn't matter. And in a lot of contexts, it doesn't. But in some contexts, it does. And there are opportunities that do come from it. So do you feel like you're missing out by not pursuing social aggressively, or what social wants you to pursue?
Yeah. I think it depends on who you are and what you're doing. Cause like it was like, there was a couple of years where it was a battle where I was trying to figure out like, do I care about socials? Should I? All this stuff. And like, I mean, I'd like to say I'm on the other side of that, of like kind of knowing what I'm doing. But like, I think social media is very important to a particular person. Like if you treat it like a business, hell yeah, like do your reels, do whatever, like go crazy. But I think as a creator, as like a fundamental, like you're trying to make films, you're trying to create stuff, I think it shouldn't have any aspect to do with the things you make. If you're like purely creating just for that, just to create.
It's so easy to be influenced.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? Like
So
I would say like I'm not a huge consumer of, call it maybe YouTube primarily. I get stuck into like the realm of short form content just like everybody else, because our attention span is
I'm on TikTok.
just getting
All
robbed.
Yeah.
But it, you know, it's so easy to watch what everyone else is doing and like see it work, and then you're like, you just want that.
Yeah,
you just want
exactly.
that hit.
Exactly.
You know?
That's why you need that clarity though of like, what is my legacy? Who do I want to be? What do I want to make? And then go make that stuff and be that person. You know what I'm saying?
Who do you want to be?
That's a great question.
The best version of yourself.
Yeah. I want to be Chris Ronak.
Wow.
I just want to make stuff. I want to make the best stuff. I'm not sure. I don't know. Who do you want to be?
What is the best stuff?
The best stuff is what I think is the best stuff. I don't know.
But
I don't know what that
counts.
looks like.
That counts.
Yeah, like that's for real. Yeah, I just want to be. Yeah.
It's crazy. I run into that all the time where like I love shooting in black and white.
Yeah.
I love it. Social does not love it.
Yeah,
At
but
all.
like, yeah.
But I've taken more photos that are my favorite in black and white, you know, than any other format really. And it's so interesting. I get such a push to get more and more into videography, and the drive's just not there for me.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I don't find the interest in it.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of creators are struggling with that right now.
100%.
Where they're getting pushed to video, pushed to
That's
short
what I'm
form
saying.
content.
It's like
and
you just got to have that like self-reflection. Sorry.
no, totally. You're right though. I totally
It's
agree.
so important, like to actually self-analyze, which is also a crazy thing too. Like I feel like you can definitely get caught in a loop of like overthinking, and I do, but like of like self-analysis and like trying to understand who you are. Again,
I like that you
I'll come back
release
to
things
legacy.
though. Like you actually release something, because
Yeah,
so often you see
another-
creatives that are
Yeah.
just like stuck in that realm of too much creative.
Totally.
You know?
And it's like it's almost like an ego thing. Like you think that people see, you're so worried about how people are going to see you that it's like, I can't even release anything because it's like, I don't want that to define me or something. But also, and that was actually another thing. I went through this period where I thought it was like narcissistic to post on socials, and like,
Did somebody tell you that?
I think I just a lot of Bo Burnham combined with a lot of overthinking. That's kind of where that came from. But it's like at the end of the day, art, there's like a couple rules. It's like it's got to be, I forget. It's like it's got to be relatable. It's got to be make you feel something or something. I don't know. And it's got to be seen. That's like the one thing. It's like it has to be seen. And I think my stuff is art, so I'm gonna put it out. I'm gonna have people see it. That was like my. That was my I'm not a narcissist holding on to that.
I think, but
Yeah.
your stuff is that though. Like when I watch some of the videos that you create, it's like it is relatable. And
I hope
and
so.
I
Yeah.
think a big thing now that we're like kind of thinking about it and doing it is your stuff's very vulnerable. You know, you're just like dancing like a complete asshole.
Yeah, 100%.
Watch
dude.
Chris's-
Oh,
what's
just wait
that
till
video
the next
called?
one, bro. The latest one?
Yeah.
Godfrey Project?
The Godfrey Project.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like you're essentially, for anyone who hasn't seen it, Chris is like recreating vinyl record covers.
Yeah.
You know, with a t-shirt tucked
Yeah.
into sweatpants in his living room. and plant pots and like
Yeah.
dancing and doing all this stuff. And like the amount of vulnerability, like it takes to just do that.
Yeah.
You know,
kind of like I'm posting, I'm like, this is
B,
gonna
to
be
go
there
back to your
forever.
chiropractor and be like, my hips are so
Yeah, I
out of
gotta get
place. I need you to crack it back because your
Totally,
boy's
yeah.
been shaking that ass.
Yeah, 100%, dude.
But okay, so explain, what is the Godfrey Project?
I'm not ready to explain that yet. That's I'm not sure yet.
So what is that episode of the Godfrey Project?
That's like intro, like fully like just exposition. Like
Okay.
just like here's a character, and then like she's
And
just,
is that
she's just
character,
gonna go off the
is
walls.
that you? Are
It's-
you the character? or
Well,
is
the
it your-
idea is like it's kind of me. It's like my middle name, so it's like me but not me. So it's like an exaggerated version of myself. That's
Your middle name is Godfrey?
yeah, yeah. That's
I feel like that's just like old school sexy.
that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Like if anyone like Amazon goes to deliver a package,
Yeah.
they're like, Godfrey? Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
Godfrey.
Oh, Godfrey.
Anyways,
Nice.
yeah, that's
Nice
the,
package, Godfrey.
Yeah, just had to.
Prime. It is Amazon Prime.
package right there.
Yeah.
God damn
Cheap
it.
joke.
Fair.
Yeah.
So growing out of that, going into more of the commercial realm,
Oh yeah.
how do you blend those two things? Because those are very different.
Totally. That's tough. I think it's just like clarity and reflection on what the project actually is, and finding a client that you can make something that is, I mean, maybe not like me dancing in my kitchen, but like
No.
similar.
You can find that.
Make it happen.
It's like I feel like so often corporate videos are like just like considered to be like a very defined thing, and they don't have to be. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen those like Scotiabank ads in movie
Incredible.
theaters?
No.
They're so
They're
good,
unbelievable.
and they're like so creative. They're like so well colored, and it's like corporate videos don't have to be like perfectly bright and perfectly shiny.
Yeah.
But like
I've seen some
people want
like
that. Some
Neo
people want
Financial,
that.
their last commercial,
I
the
don't
last
know.
one that I saw
I
was like
haven't seen it.
super cinematic.
That's
and,
what I'm
like,
saying. It's like
very
it doesn't
dark
have.
and, like-
It can be really objectively, creatively good.
Yeah.
And I think that's. I mean, there's a lot of people do that. Obviously, I'm not like I didn't make up that, but like, yeah. I don't know.
It's that blend of giving the client what they want,
Yeah, but then-
150%.
Yeah.
But then also like putting some heart and soul
Totally.
into each scene and being able to light that and set that.
And ideally, like they hired you for you, kind of, and like then you can put your own flair and own little bits in there and stuff.
Give it a little zhuzh,
Give a little, you know.
a little pizzazz. What's the?
Shake it
Everyone
up a
keeps
little
saying Riz. Is that?
No, it's different.
we don't have
But
to
I just learned
relax.
that actually.
What is Riz? What does that mean?
I learned that like a month ago.
so-
How does a creative
so
get
old.
Riz?
No, I don't think you're using it right. I
Riz
don't know
is
how to
like
use it.
it's like your game, like with girls, or like with
Riz? I feel like
Yeah.
Riz is like a bad spin off of
Rizzler?
like Razzle Dazzle.
I
yeah.
guess. I mean,
Yeah.
in
It's
a
like
way.
you got Riz, like if you're like smooth, you got Riz.
Yeah.
The
I've
Riz
got
level.
absolutely no Riz.
No, me
Neither
neither.
do
I just called it Riv. I didn't even. I was-
Yeah.
Rib.
Well, there's
I got that Riv,
three
baby.
dudes on camera being like, no, I can't talk to
I
that
got the
girl."
Riz. Damn.
So you get with self-reflection, what actually is this? 3 dudes just saying we've no game.
Yeah.
So
That's
if
really
there
what
was
it
if there
comes
was
down to.
3 things that you could tell yourself when in your first few weeks of creative or just being a creative, what are 3 things you know now that you wish you knew?
I don't have to answer this yet, right?
Nope.
Perfect.
You're safe.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna. I don't know if these are the best 3 things, but I'm just gonna come up with 3 things.
Okay, send
Okay?
it.
I mean, don't care about socials as much. That's tough though, because like socials were good to kind of drive me into making more stuff, and that probably made me better. Dude, that's hard. I don't know. That's so hard.
What's
What would you do?
one thing that
One
you've
thing.
learned?
One thing that I've learned. Okay, this is my big thing lately. Okay, this is a lot of Rick Rubin right here. Or Rick Rubin, he's like a producer. It's like creating a safe space to create. Like getting yourself in a good mindset to like start getting into flow state. The biggest thing is like learning to force yourself to be bad at things. Like the ability to like put yourself out there and know like this might not be that good, but like it's in the name of progression. And then like, yeah, the ability to just like make something bad. I think I've always kind of known that though, or else I wouldn't be here because it's so important to the process.
Is there a name for that? That flow state?
Flow state.
Flow state, yeah.
Hell
No,
yeah,
flow
baby.
state's so important though.
How do you create that safe space?
I mean, having a clean environment, like mentally putting yourself in a place where you can create, and like starting. That's the main thing. Is like having the gear around you even, or
Yeah.
like I don't put my guitar away ever because it's like it's right there. I can pick it up and start going.
Yeah.
Or like.
Weird plug.
Yeah, you know what I'm
It's
saying.
like just in case
actually
you want to know,
Yeah, I have a guitar.
This guy's got Riz.
slapping the bass.
Is that how you use
I
it?
don't know. That's pretty much it. It's just like allowing yourself to start and be bad at stuff. Because it's like, even if you look at like a lot of artists, like when they're figuring out songs, like when they're like, I'll be like a beat. Just give me a beat right now. No, I'm just kidding. But they'll be like, like they'll just be like,
I don't
figuring it
know
out.
if any artists do that.
No, they do. I'm telling you. I've watched a lot of like production behind the scenes. That's been like my
Like one
thing
guy
lately.
beatboxes and one guy just like
no, like
moans.
not on a podcast too. They do it in podcast format usually.
Yeah, fair. Okay.
No, but like they'll have something going and then they'll just be loud. They'll just make like weird sounds, and then it's like just being allowing yourself to not feel like an idiot for making weird sounds, dude. And then the equivalent of that with video, allowing myself to dance in my kitchen, and then later on being like, oh yeah, good.
That's our living
It's
room.
like it's our living room, yeah, whatever.
Our kitchen.
It's just important. That's what I think.
Cool.
That's
I love it.
That's my thoughts.
Is there anything you want to leave with the people?
I don't know. Go make stuff.
Go make stuff.
Yeah. Love making stuff.
You know what? That's literally what this podcast is about.
Yeah.
So, friends, thank you so much for listening. If you want to subscribe, if you want to share with a friend, any of that jazz, we love it all.
Hell yeah.
And thanks, Chris. Thanks, Cody.
Sweet.
See y'all
Thanks,
next
guys.
time.